You gotta love when a comment ages like milk. Because while it's true not a lot of right-wingers are attending drag shows, they're currently doing something else. And that's getting arrested for indecent activities involving children. Now, I've already done a video on Randy Kaufman, who is running for office as a Republican in Arizona, but let's do a quick summary. Randy was arrested outside of a preschool pleasuring himself to interracial porn, and when confronted by the officer about why he was doing that, he responded, "I was stressed." So no, Randy didn't go to a drag show, but he decided to masturbate in a vehicle outside of a preschool while children were outside playing. Now let's move to South Dakota, shall we? Senate candidate will face no time in grooming plea. Joel Koskan, I guess that's how you pronounce his name, the 44-year-old Republican Senate candidate from Wood, South Dakota, will face no prison time for child abuse charges stemming from allegations of alleged sexual abuse under a recently proposed plea deal. He will plead guilty to charges of exposing a minor to foreseeable harm, a Class 4 felony with a maximum sentence of 10 years in prison and a $20,000 fine. And he's still getting the prison sentence suspended. Now that's what Joel pled guilty to, but what was the original reason for the charge? The probable cause statement showed that he committed rape, sexual contact with a child under the age of 16, and aggravated incest, meaning the child that he was abusing was a relative. The Fox News article on Joel states that he started grooming her at the age of 12. It details all the allegations about the steps that he took to groom this girl that I won't fully go into. You can go check out the article if you'd like. But it does go on to state that by the age of 17, he was having full-on sexual intercourse with her in another home that the family owned so that he could hide it from his family. Meaning he traveled to another area of the state, to another property that he owned so that he could rape her. So no, Joel's not going to drag shows. He's just raping his child. But the true highlight of why I say the right's focus on things like the LGBTQIA+ and drag queens is nothing more than misdirection, is that Joel stayed on the ballot during the election. Meaning this story broke out, Joel was arrested and charged, entered a plea deal, and his name was left on the ballot due to law stating that it was too late to take him off the ballot. Staying on the ballot, fair enough. You've already printed out a whole bunch of ballots, you've already mailed out absentee ballots, and you may have already received some of them back. But this news story broke prior to Election Day. He was arrested prior to Election Day. He was charged prior to Election Day, and he entered a plea deal in prior to Election Day. And he still received 41.74% of the votes. Even if you take into account early voting and mail-in ballots that may have happened before the story broke major headlines, it doesn't equate to that. You almost elected a child rapist, simply because he has an R beside his name. But since he doesn't go to drag shows, he's one of the good ones, huh? Don't ever try to lecture us about morality again.